Hey guys, I'm here with baby Noah. He is Silicone Gabigail by Claire Taylor. He's number 5. And man, I really missed this boy when I went to the Rose Doll show, but I wanted to shoot a very quick video. I was thinking about this question, and the topic for today is, do artists collect as well? Like, i.e., do they buy reborns from other artists, or do they just collect their own work, or do they collect it all? So if you're an artist and you're watching this video, I would love to hear your comment. If you could comment below, kind of your answer to the question. But I'll just kind of share some things from observation and share my own experience as well. So as a lot of you guys know, I'm a diehard collector. I love collecting both reborn and silicone babies. And I've been collecting for a really long time, probably about 8 years, kind of off and on. I went through a time period, especially when I was pregnant and my kids were really, really little, that I didn't interact much with my collection at all. I was just completely overwhelmed with being a new parent, and just didn't have the mind share to even have any outside hobbies of any kind. So I went through that period where I didn't collect at all. But in the last, sort of 6 months, I've been collecting with a vengeance. And then a few months ago, I also started learning how to paint as well. And really my motivation for wanting to learn how to paint was to understand this art form from the collector's point of view. So that was really, kind of my thought process there. But yeah, in terms of, artists and what I've observed, I do notice that there are a number of artists who do not collect at all. They've maybe some have even said they haven't even kept a single baby for themselves. There are some that collect some of their work and then they sell most of their work. And then if they're not working on a custom, as they're painting the baby, they sort of wait until they finish painting that baby to decide, is this going to be a keeper for me or not? And I know, for artists, because I experienced this with the first several babies I painted, I get really attached as I'm painting them because you really see them come to life, and it is like a birthing process. It is really exciting and amazing to see that blank vinyl kit become this extremely realistic baby. So, yeah, I mean, I have seen, so I can imagine for some artists, and I don't even consider myself, like, I'm a beginning artist, and my babies still are not like at the caliber of the artists who've been doing this a long time, and who are doing prototype work, who are micro rooting hair. I don't know how to micro root hair yet, so I can only imagine, if you're like a really talented artist, how hard that must be to actually let go of the babies that you sell. So anyway, sorry, this is going to be a bit of a boring video visually because I'm just kind of hanging out with Noah here and chatting with you guys. But I do think there are some artists who do collect as well, and they do collect from other artists. And I was chatting a lot at the doll show with Stephanie from In Love with Reborn's 2011, and she actually had brought like 16 babies with her, sold 16 babies, and then she came home with 6 babies, and so that was really cool, and really cool to see her kind of collecting work from other artists. And so, and I could definitely see myself, like, let's say one day I get to be much better and at painting, where my work can rival the work of a lot of artists that are out there today. I don't know, maybe one day we can dream, but I could still imagine myself wanting to collect from other artists, because we all have different painting styles, and if you appreciate this art form, it's neat to kind of collect a variety of painting styles. And sometimes you get bored with your own work too. I think that I've heard that as well. So sometimes artists will do swaps and trades and things like that. But I think for me, I'll always want to collect from other artists. And even though, I think some artists are worried. A lot of artists out there are worried that collectors who are learning how to paint are no longer going to purchase babies from other artists. And and for some people that might be true, because it is more affordable to buy a kit and paint it yourself. But then you're not going to necessarily have like like for me, I can't do a baby like Melissa George does. And so I will always buy babies from her and from other like more experienced and more skilled artists because I appreciate the artistry and I want the most realistic looking baby at the end of the day. But yet I also appreciate my own work that as I'm painting and creating. So I think for me, I'll always want both. And then I noticed too, like, yeah, there are some collectors. So that fear may be somewhat founded because there are some collectors who, once they've learned to paint, they won't purchase from other artists anymore because it's just a more affordable way to collect, especially if you like to have variety of sculpts. But I do think if you are, you know, a collector and you know, you maybe want a very small collection. Let's say you only want 2 to 5 babies or even one baby. It is absolutely a lot more affordable just to purchase that baby, unless you want to learn the art form for the fun of it. You know, because I can tell you the supplies, you know, the obviously buying kits, the paints, all the materials, the time investment, it's expensive, you know, if you value your own time. So it's not a you know, get rich quick kind of a hobby. If any, it's like the opposite. It's I think a lot of us who are in this hobby find that it does stretch the bank account. So so you know, if you're kind of thinking, hey, I'm just gonna like learn to paint my own babies, you know, you might be better off just purchasing from another artist. But I do see, you know, a lot of artists who don't collect at all too. That's the other interesting thing. Like they enjoy making the babies, they enjoy the process, but for them, it is really their livelihood, their income, and some of them have, you know, as they've sold babies, have said, oh, this one's a hard one. Like I'd really love to keep this one, but you know, financially I can't. I really need the money because this is their business and their family's livelihood. So a lot of them don't keep their own work. Yeah, so I find that pretty interesting, you know, as well. So one other thing I've noticed that artists do, and a lot of them have told me that they do this, if they fall in love with a kit, they will often purchase 2 of that kit. They'll paint them side by side at the same time, and then at the end decide, okay, I'm going to keep one and sell one, and they may choose which one they want to personally keep and which one they want to sell. So I think that's really cool too. And I know with some artists, they don't like to do customs because it is hard to let the babies go, you know, after they finish painting them. So, so they'll choose not to do a custom because, you know, so there may be some fear that, I think artists have a lot of fears, but, you know, the fear of like, after you're finished painting the baby, you know, is it going to be something that your customer's happy with? And then also like, are you going to emotionally have a hard time letting go of that baby? So, you know, there's some artists who don't like to do customs probably for that reason. So anyway, I just thought I would hop on and shoot a quick video on this topic because it is something I've been kind of curious about because I've been noticing, you know, some artists don't seem to collect at all, and then some do collect but only collect their own work. Some do collect and collect others' work as well as their own. There may be some artists who paint reborns, but they'll collect silicones, for example, because this is a whole different, you know, painting. You can't just paint a silicone like a reborn, from my understanding. And then there are some, yeah, I don't know. I just find it like really, really interesting to kind of observe, you know, artists and, you know, if they, but I do think some of them do, a lot of them do keep like a few babies for their own collection, but many of them just enjoy the process of creation and, you know, they're very crafty and they love the artistry of it. So anyway, I'd love to hear your comments or shoot a video and post the link for me. I'd love to kind of hear what you guys have to say. And this video is being posted while we are away on our vacation, so I apologize if I'm not very timely with replying to comments, but I will, when I get back, read all the comments. But I wanted you guys to have some videos to watch while I'm gone, so there's not like this huge gap of time. It may not be every single day, but I'm trying to do my best here. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye.